Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a good hockey team, and I just felt again we never got out of the gates, and you got to get out of the gates, especially at home, and we never made it tough on them in the first period, and then you're down 3-0, so then you're, obviously again you're playing catch-up hockey, and that's very difficult against a team that's this good defensively, who's kidding who. I know we've come back a couple times this year from 3-goal deficits, but you're not going to come back from a 3-goal deficit against these guys.
What do they do specifically to make life tough on you when you're trying to get back into this game?
Well, again, they got talent. I mean, they got talent. They got a good defensive core. They got good depth, and they play a good brand of hockey. They take care of the puck. They stretch. They get the puck out of the zone. They're hard to forecheck, and they like tonight. They're hard to forecheck, and they didn't have to defend. Because, again, our forecheck, we didn't establish our forecheck. I thought we did in the second period. I shouldn't say that. The first period, we never established our forecheck, and we didn't take care of the puck, and it was easy. I mean, the bottom line was the puck was in the offensive zone. We had to defend. And so, I didn't think we came out of the gates like we wanted to, and our puck pressure was non-existent. Again, but it was better in the second period. I was happy about what our second period effort. I thought our guys created a lot of hurries. There was, we played with some good jam, and that's what you got to do, and you got to do that immediately. You got to establish yourself. You have to establish your identity early in the game, and it's hard to get that idea. You just can't just turn it on. It's not like a light switch, and the other team always has something to say about it.
When you started, that ice leveled out in that second period. There was a couple penalties that immediately put you back on the field. Do you feel like those kind of took you out of it?
Probably, but we needed to add we had to add some physicality to our game, and sometimes that's what happens. And it is what it is. It's the good with the bad, guys. It's the good with the bad. And if you do that early and you establish that earlier, the game just becomes one of those games where you're playing on your toes and you're not playing on your heels.
You talked about earlier this week how tough it is to play in some of these games when you come back from a long break. But did you feel like the guys got their legs under them in enough time and that could carry over?
I don't know, Jared. You know what? They've been off 3 weeks. We were off 2 weeks, so they were off longer. And they came into our barn and they won 6-1. So that's how I look at it. So two teams are both on break. You know what I mean? So.
What do you need to do to turn it
Well,
on?
we're going on the road. First time all year we're going to be playing on big ice. There's no question you can possess the puck a little more, but conversely, you're not going to be able to. You can't be as aggressive either. So it's going to be a big test for us. We know that, and we just talked about that in the locker room.
How do you prepare for that drastic change going from this ice to the big ice, especially for some guys that haven't had to deal with that yet?
You know what? They'll figure it out. They just got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. You got to play inside the dots. You got to really play inside the dots there. I coached there for 5 years, and it's a different game. There's no question about that. But just play inside the dots. You got to be above pucks. Just a few things like that. Just a few triggers, but then you just got to play the game. Then you got to play hockey. You got to play hockey like it's. I don't care if it's like an outdoor rink or if it's the Sanford Center or the National Hockey Center. Then you got to play hockey the way you got to play hockey.